Welcome to the Hey Lovely podcast. I'm your host, Kelly Green from kellygreen.co. I'm a certified life and mindset coach, meditation instructor, and wellness practitioner, and I'm so excited to talk to you about all things mindset, mental health, and manifestation to help you elevate your thoughts and create a life you love. The conversations are going to be real as I share how I navigated past limiting beliefs, feelings of unworthiness, and struggles with imposter syndrome before coming to know my higher self. If you're ready to know how you can level up your life, your relationships, your success, and your overall well-being, you're in the right place. So, get ready to hear the many ways in which you can rise to your higher self and build the confidence to manifest a life you love too. Hey lovely, it's Kelly Green here, and welcome to another episode of the podcast. So, today we're talking about morning routines so that you can have a happier lifestyle. I'm hearing so much about people who are just struggling to start their days, and it's become more than just them not wanting to go to work. They're suffering from things like lack of productivity throughout their day, or they're having feelings of increased anxiety, sadness, and just an overall loss of emotional content. And that's no way to live. You know, our mental health, of course, is very important to us and how we live our lives, how we enjoy our life, how we are able or unable to manifest the things that we want. And a negative or a poor mental health can unfortunately affect your physical health as well. So we don't want to let things get out of control here. We want to make sure we are setting ourselves up for success. And that often starts with having a solid morning routine. Now, before you go starting and getting your water with lemon and buying yoga mats and downloading apps to help meditate, I want you to set an intention. I want you to first begin to think to yourself why you want to do this. What do you want to experience more of throughout your day? Why do you want to improve your mental health? What is your reasoning? What is your intention behind wanting to create this change? Because ultimately, once you figure that out, that's going to help you stay motivated to keep up with this routine, to keep up with this new way of living. That, coupled with the results you'll get because you're so much happier and you're accomplishing the goals that you have for yourself, is going to really make a difference in your life, and it's going to feel freaking great. I know it because it's happened for me. It happens for my clients, where we get really specific on our intentions behind starting our morning routines. And then we start seeing these results, and it's like, wow, like my life is changing for the better when I do this. And a lot of times you'll also notice when you don't do something, you feel a little different too, and not in a good way. So it's really great to have this morning routine support you on your personal development journey. And it can help you get better health, more happiness. It could even help you find love. Because if you're in a greater mood and you feel more loving, you will attract that love to you. So it's a win-win. It's a win-win for all. And before I get into telling you some ways that you can, or some things rather that you can do to amplify or improve your morning routine, I want to let you know too that the word routine, I feel for a lot of people, sometimes it's like icky. It's like, oh no, structure, and like you're being forced to do something or you have to do something. Yes, when you create good habits for yourself, you want to be consistent with that because you get to see those positive results. But also know that all morning routines are not created equal. Anything that I suggest to you can be modified to your interest, to your like, to what you like, and you don't have to do the same thing every single day. Now, there are some non-negotiables that I have in my morning routine, which I'll share with you, but you don't have to do everything in your morning routine every day. Like some days, perhaps you just want to do meditation in the morning on Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays, but on Tuesdays and Thursdays, you want to go outside and exercise in your backyard. Did I just say exercise? Exercise in your backyard. You know, so you can mix it up. You can have variety. and have different routines for different days. And then perhaps that'll give you something to look forward to if you're not the type of person who can do the same thing every day. So now let's get into some things that we can do. For myself, I like to start my mornings with prayer. So for some people, it can be a long prayer. You can, grab your Bible or grab whatever book that you believe in, and you can recite some things. You can read some messages. You can uh, get on your knees and pray. You can pray in your bed. You can have conversations with God or a higher power you believe in. And that can ultimately be something that you start your day, and that could be your non negotiable. For me, I wake up and I thank God for waking me up and everyone that I know and love and blessing me to see a new day. And for some people, that's enough as well. Another thing I make sure I do every single day is meditate. Sometimes twice a day, depending on the type of day I'm having or I expect to have. And meditation is a great way to help build that focus. It can essentially help you in multiple areas of your life, depending on what it is you want to focus on. For me, I focus on gratitude, so I just stay in that space of gratitude in the morning because I am so thankful, so thankful to be alive, and I know there are people out there who didn't get that blessing of waking up today and opening their eyes. So the fact that I'm here, the fact that you're here, and we can connect with each other through this podcast is a blessing. We are gifted with life, and it's something to definitely be grateful for. So that's what I meditate on. And if I follow that with another meditation, it's usually on abundance because I love manifesting more for myself. I love creating opportunities where I can manifest more money, manifest more opportunities, manifest more improved relationships. Like, I plan to continue to live. I have an abundant life, and I plan to continue to manifest an even more abundant life because I know it's my birthright to have an abundance of amazing things, whether it be health, finances, love, any type of opportunities. These things help me feel better, live better, and then ultimately I can impact others in an amazing way as well. So find what it is that you want to meditate on, and know that it doesn't have to be a long meditation. As crazy as it may sound, 2 minutes is enough sometimes for people. Or you can do 5, 10, 15, and you can look these up online. There's different apps for meditations you can find on your phone, YouTube, of course, for guided meditations, especially if you're a beginner. I always recommend doing a guided meditation. You can hear someone guide you through the experience versus you sitting in silence, where oftentimes, especially as a beginner, your mind tends to get really distracted and it seems like your thoughts are all over the place. So having a designated focus by listening to someone is a lifesaver. Another thing you could do in the morning is journal. Perhaps you need to get thoughts out of your head, or you want to write down the dream that you had, or you want to write notes about how you want to spend your day, or what you're grateful for, what you want to manifest and or accomplish during the day. Write it out. Write it out. Start your day on a positive note by expressing positive things in your journal. I recommend avoiding grabbing your phone in the morning, at least to not check apps and stuff. For some people, a friend of mine was telling me she likes to avoid grabbing her phone in the morning, but her exercise app is on the phone. So it's hard to not grab it. But if that's the case, at least try not to get distracted. Get on your phone and go straight to the app, I told her. And if anything, know that, especially on iPhones, I'm not an Android user, y'all. Don't come at me here because I don't have no suggestions. But for the iPhone users, you can do, you can have like locks and passcodes rather, on different apps that you don't want to use, and use like screen time to help you avoid being on the app longer than you need to. And that way you can stay focused and head straight to the apps that you need. Like, you don't want to, if you use the Bible app, you're going to want to grab your phone, to do that. So let yourself be disciplined enough to not get distracted by the other apps on your phone. And because, the apps, or I won't say the apps, I'll say social media, like, to me, by checking social media first thing in the morning, you're neglecting to prioritize you. You're prioritizing other people and what they have going on in their lives, and you're automatically digesting their thoughts, their feelings, their emotions, their images that they put out there instead of focusing on you. You deserve to be prioritized. You are the most important person in your life. You. So you want to make sure you're taking care of you first. You want to make sure you're giving attention to you first. There's so much stimulation on social media, and a lot of it isn't positive. A lot of it causes stress and anxiety and just things that we see from the news and different notifications, and people are really pulling us in different directions and asking us to accomplish this and that, and we have tasks that are just piling up, and it becomes overwhelming. Your phone can hold a lot of stressors, and you don't need to start your day with that. Starting your day with stress is going to have you continue to live your day in a state of stress. So avoid getting plugged in too early in your day. Get up early if you need to. Just make it a goal to delay the use of social media for as long as you can in the morning. Because I know personally, when I've made the mistake of waking up and grabbing my phone and being curious about what's on TikTok, I'm just scrolling through videos, and next thing you know, I've lost 30 minutes of my morning, and I'm like, oh, well, that was unproductive. I was entertained, don't get me wrong, but it wasn't productive to my day, and I essentially like lost track of what I was supposed to do. Fortunately, I wrote a to-do list, which I usually do the night before, and so I had a foundation of how I wanted to carry out my day, but I just felt a little off, you know? And I was taking in so much other people's information. It was like, wait, what am I supposed to be doing here? How am I supposed to be showing up? So you wanna stay off the phone. Another thing that I make sure I do every day is make up my bed. Like every single day. I would rather be 2 minutes late to something because I didn't leave my house before making up my bed. Like that's how important making up my bed is to me. I I consider making up my bed a priority. It makes me feel like I've accomplished something already in the morning. It makes me feel more organized. It makes me happy because I am a organized, clean person. So seeing my bed made brings me joy. It's like, oh wow, look, my room looks nice and clean. I am prepared for my day, and it feels good. Some people say messy mind, messy life, or messy life, messy mind. It could be vice versa, and my mom talks about that all the time. There's a importance to being clean. You know, some people say cleanliness is next to godliness. So I take pride in being a clean person, someone that's neat and who takes care of my things and makes sure things are in order. I attempt to not be too OCD about it, where I need everything lined up and straight and all these things, which, you know, it's just, that's just me. But I like things in order. I like things to be presentable, where in case, anybody stops by, which usually you get a heads up these days. My mom would always say, you never know who's going to stop by. And sometimes people do come in the area and they're like, hey, you home? You know, especially in a pandemic, they expect you to be there, right? So, you just keeping your place nice and neat. It feels good. So literally, if you're listening to this and your room's a wreck, I highly, highly encourage you to just pause me right now and clean up. Highly, highly encourage you to start cleaning now. You ain't even got to pause me. You can keep listening and cleaning at the same time. But I urge you to clean up. If you have clothes on the floor, on the chairs, hanging out the drawers, dirty clothes here, clean clothes there, you don't know which is which, get your life in order. Get your life in order, like right now. Right now. Because you can't keep living like this, especially if you realize your like life isn't going how you want, and there's a bit of chaos in your world, and there's confusion, and things just feel off. You'll start to feel more clear-minded when you have a cleared room. Like clean it.
clean it. There is a correlation here. And what's the worst that could happen? You have a clean room and you still have a little chaos in your mind? That's when you do more work then. Now we're going to scratch that. So please clean your room. Another thing you can do in starting your day is get your body moving. You can exercise, you can dance, you can lift some weights, you can do some yoga, you could go for a run outside safely. Like, get moving. By doing some type of movement in the morning, it helps boost those endorphins. You feel better, so it improves your mood. You're naturally happier. And hello, when you're working out, you get a better body. And who's not trying to have a banging body out here? So get moving and have fun with it. If you dread lifting weights, don't lift weights then. Use resistance bands. Maybe that's more fun for you. Or go outside and be in the sun. Maybe you don't like being in the gym with those lights and those people. Go outside. Go be in nature. Find what works for you. Do you, boo. Do what you want. You have control. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. And most importantly, enjoy it. Enjoy it. And then the last thing I'll share is drink 8 ounces of water before coffee, tea, or anything else. When I wake up, my mouth feels a little dry. Like, I just feel like I need moisture. So drinking, a glass of water or a couple glasses of water really allows the body to rehydrate itself. It allows for better digestion when it's time for you to eat breakfast. And it helps with moving, bodily fluids that are ready to be expelled in the morning. So drinking water is really, really helpful. And especially if you're working out, it helps to lubricate your joints. Like, water is just essential to life. We need it to, help our bodies function properly. We need it for our health. And our body is mostly comprised of water. So we need to make sure we are staying hydrated and getting the proper assistance for our organs, our tissues. Our body needs water. And now those were some ways that you can help improve your morning routine, but of course didn't share everything that you could do. So if you have some ways that you improve your morning routine, I'd love to know as well. You can shoot me a DM on Instagram or Twitter at kellygreen_. You can screenshot this video and write some of the things that you do and tag me. I'd love to see that you're listening to the podcast. I'd love to share it on my Instagram. Let me know. I'd love to hear from you. I always do. And I hope this helps you feel confident about setting a morning routine for you that works for you, that brings you joy, that makes you feel happy and like you're accomplishing great things. And it's helping you to manifest the life you love. It's helping with your mental health. And that, knowing that is something that's happening for you just brings me joy. So I look forward to staying connected with you, and thank you so much for listening this week. Later, lovely.
Thank you for listening to today's podcast. I would love for you to leave a comment if you enjoyed today's episode, and please give the podcast a like and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have any questions or thoughts about today's podcast episode or future topics you would like me to discuss, send me an email to the address in the show notes. You can also find and follow me on Instagram at kellygreen_. That's KELLEYGREEN_. Thank you so much for listening. Talk to you soon. Later, lovely.